When I look back at my life, I see one thing very clearly. Every time I failed, every time someone rejected me, every time I felt small, useless, invisible, time kept moving. And I realized very early that life doesn't stop to comfort you. Time doesn't pause when you cry. It doesn't slow down when life becomes unfair. Time keeps moving, whether you move with it or not. When I was young, I failed almost everything. I failed exams. I failed interviews. I failed opportunities. Even KFC rejected me. 24 people applied. 23 were accepted. I was the only one they didn't want. Many people would have spent weeks complaining, crying, doubting themselves. But I didn't. Not because I was strong, but because I understood something most people never understand. Once time is gone, it never returns. People ask me today, what's the secret of success? They expect a formula, a trick, a miracle. But the truth is simple. Do not waste your time. Time is more expensive than money. You can lose money and earn it again. But one wasted day is gone forever. People are not poor because they lack chances. Most people are poor because they waste the chances time gives them. Time is life. Waste time and you waste your life. I learned this through 5 major realizations that changed everything for me. And maybe they can change everything for you too. Most people wait. They wait for the perfect day, the perfect chance, the perfect version of themselves. They wait for motivation. They wait for someone to tell them, now you can start. But life never waits. The world never waits. Opportunities never wait. When I started Alibaba, I knew nothing. I had no money, no technology, no experience. If I had waited to be fully prepared, Alibaba would not exist today. Nothing great ever comes from waiting. The more you wait, the deeper your fear grows. The longer you wait, the louder your doubts become. The truth is no one is ever ready. Readiness is a myth. Success rewards action, not preparation. You have ideas. You have dreams. You keep saying, one day I will do it. But one day is a liar. It does not exist. There is only today, this moment, this second. So let me ask you something. How many opportunities have slipped away because you waited? How many regrets are sitting inside your heart because you thought you had more time? How much of your life has been spent thinking, planning, imagining instead of acting? You cannot drive a car by staring at it. You cannot build a life by thinking about it. You must move, even if you are scared, even if you might fail, even if you don't know the full path. Action gives you power. Action gives you clarity. Even if you might fail, even if you don't know the full path. Action gives you power. Action gives you clarity. When you move, you learn. When you wait, you lose. I have seen talented people lose to average people. Not because of intelligence, not because of skills, but because of hesitation. The average person who acts will always defeat the genius who waits. So stop saying, I'm not ready. You become ready by starting. The moment you stop waiting and begin moving, that is the moment your life shifts. That is the moment the world notices you. The world respects those who take steps forward, not those who dream about it. Start the business. Make the call. Write the first page. Send the application. Ask the question. Take the chance. Your dream is not stuck. You are. And it's time to move. Then there's something even more dangerous than waiting. Complaining. When something goes wrong, when life feels unfair, when things don't work, the easiest thing to do is complain. You fail an exam and you complain. You lose a job and you complain. Your business isn't growing. You complain. The world doesn't see your value. You complain. But let me ask you honestly, has complaining ever solved anything? Has complaining ever lifted a person from failure to success? Has complaining ever built a business, a career, a future? Complaining destroys energy, focus, and time. And while you are complaining, someone else is learning, improving, building, trying, moving. They will pass you not because they are better, but because they are using their time while you are wasting yours. When I was rejected from over 30 jobs, I could have complained for years. It was unfair. It was humiliating. But complaining doesn't create opportunity. Solutions do. Rejection pushed me to create something instead of waiting for someone to hire me. Rejection taught me to build instead of beg. That's how Alibaba began. Not from comfort, but from frustration turned into action. Your struggles are real. Your pain is real. Your rejections are real. But complaining will never fix them. In life, you have 2 choices. React emotionally or respond intelligently. The day you shift your mind from why is this happening to me to what can I do about this, that is the day you take your power back. Weak people complain, strong people solve. Don't be the person who talks about problems for years but never changes anything. Be the person who turns pain into progress. Use your energy to build, not blame. Use your time to climb, not cry. Life doesn't reward the loudest complainers. It rewards the quiet problem solvers. And then there's another truth about time that people ignore. If you do not invest time in skills, you will live your life making excuses. People say, I want success, and I ask them, what are you doing with your time? Success isn't luck. It isn't magic. It isn't destiny. Success is built by what you do every single day when nobody's watching. People fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they keep creating excuses. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. These are not reasons. They are prisons. Excuses cost you your future. You say you have no time to learn, but you have time to scroll your phone for hours, gossip, watch shows, oversleep, and waste your days. The issue is not your time, but your priorities. The difference between people who rise and people who remain stuck is not opportunity, it is discipline. Winners wake up and say, today I grow, today I learn, today I improve. They read, they practice, they study. They fail and try again. They don't find time, they create it. I couldn't speak English when I was young. I was an average student. No one believed in me. But I spent 9 years going to a hotel every morning to talk to foreigners for free, just to learn English. I believed in building skills. Skills make you unstoppable. Skills give you confidence. Skills open doors you never knew existed. Excuses will keep you trapped. Skills will set you free. Learn one new skill every year, and in 5 years you will be a different person. Make excuses every year, and in 5 years you will be exactly where you are. You are not stuck. You are simply undertrained. Train harder, learn faster, rise stronger. Then there is the most valuable period of your life, your 20s. You don't realize it while living it, but your 20s are your 5-year window that shapes the next 50 years. These years give you energy, freedom, flexibility, and potential with very little to lose. And yet most people waste these golden years like they have an endless supply. If you waste your 20s, you will spend the rest of your life trying to catch up. These years can either build the foundation of your future or become the source of lifelong regret. Most young people say, I have time, I'll figure it out later. They party. They drift. They waste time in meaningless distractions. They chase comfort instead of growth. They chase people instead of goals. They want pleasure now and pay the price later. But the habits you create now will either lift you or bury you. In your 20s, don't try to look rich. Try to become valuable. Learn fast. Fail fast. Try everything. Take risks. Build skills. Sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term power. When I was in my 20s, I didn't buy fancy things. I didn't chase status. I chased growth. I read. I traveled. I practiced. I learned. I failed again and again. And every failure taught me something. This is why people who use their 5-year window become unshakable later. They aren't successful at 25. They are unstoppable at 35. By the time others are tired, they are just beginning. But people who waste their prime years end up trapped in jobs they hate, living lives they never chose, blaming time, blaming the world, blaming luck. But the truth is, they gave away their golden years to temporary comfort. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need the perfect plan. You only need to use your time with intensity and purpose. Even if you fail, if you gave those years everything you had, your future will stand on strength, not regret. Protect your time. Say no to distractions. Say yes to growth. Build. Surround yourself with people who bring value, not drama. Wake up early. Think big. Stay humble. Your 5-year window will never come again. Treat it like your life depends on it, because it does. And here is the final truth about time. Time will expose everything. People think success is instant. One big moment, one big opportunity, one stroke of luck. But success is not judged by applause. It is judged by consistency. Time is the real judge. You can impress people today with words, clothes, expensive things, or fake confidence. But time will reveal whether you were building something real or just pretending. Time watches everything. Your habits, your decisions, your relationships, your discipline, your sacrifices. Time collects all of it, and one day it returns the results. If you plant excuses, laziness, blame, fear, time returns regret. If you plant effort, courage, discipline, learning, time returns results. You don't need to prove yourself to people, they forget quickly. But you must prove yourself to time, because time remembers everything. When I started Alibaba, people laughed at me. They said I was crazy. They said it would fail. I didn't argue. I didn't try to convince them. I let time decide. And over the years, time revealed the truth. People call it luck, but it wasn't luck. It was thousands of decisions that made no sense then, but made perfect sense later. Every decision you make is a vote for the future you want. Your choice to learn or scroll, to build or complain, to act or delay. You may not notice the effect today, but time is watching. Time is recording. Time will deliver the results you earned, not the results you wished for. So ask yourself, are your decisions today building the life you want tomorrow? If time showed you a video of your life 5 years from now, would you be proud of what you see? You can fool your friends, you can fool your parents, you can even fool yourself, but you cannot fool time. Time shows the truth. So how much time have you already lost? What are you waiting for? Are you using time, or is time using you? Wake up. The clock is ticking. Your future is being written every second. Don't waste another minute. Your dream is not waiting. Your success is not waiting. Only you are, and that must change today.